Okay, we are live. Welcome back, guys, to MO Pitch Talk. Welcome back to our little segment here called Take a Touch. And today, there's only two of us. H had to abandon ship today. The fella's in Turkey, living his best life. All inclusive hotel, eating foods that I can't even pronounce. You know what I'm saying? What a life! What a life! You know what I'm saying? But there's only two of us out of the three that's currently happy with how everything is set in the world right now. Um, First and foremost, I'm joined by my boy here, Pato. Give a warm round of applause to yourself. Come on. You're still doing the Isaac celebration, even though you haven't even seen it happen so far this season. But it is well. It is
Something
well. It is well. But there's only one place to start, Pato. You need to chat to me about your club. We need to put your club underneath the microscope today. It's all about you guys because there's been a lot happening. I've been seeing people trying to make excuses for you. Your manager, if he had hair, he'd be having hair loss right now because it's not looking good. It's not looking good. A week of back to back to back L's. It's not something that I thought would be in your future. I can't say that I'm annoyed because right now we're top of the table. I haven't had a chance to say that in over a year. So do you know what I'm saying? You have to let me land. You have to let me celebrate a little bit. But Pato, please, what has went on? Let's just rewind. Yeah, we'll go back to last weekend. Crystal Palace. That game happened. Last minute goal. We said, yeah, you didn't deserve to go out like that. Galatasaray. I said I'm expecting a win in that one. I even sat down and watched that game because I was like, there's no way you guys are as bad as people say you are. And then I was watching sloppy play after sloppy play, and then you eventually lost. Then Chelsea, Liverpool, sat down to watch that game again, and I was thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? Because the amount of attacking talent you had on the pitch, Chelsea had Malo Gusto on midfield,
Yeah, Reece James centre back.
Reece James centre back. They had Josh Achipong, academy player, starting as well,
Yeah.
and you barely laid the glove on him. And I was saying to myself, what the hell is going on? Because you had your big boys on there. Isaac started,
Yeah.
Hope on the left wing, Mohamed Salah on the right wing, Gravenberch, McAllister was up his line. Everything was set. Brother, please talk to me. What went on with that Chelsea game before we even rewind all the way to Crystal Palace? Just that Chelsea game. Malo Gusto in midfield. Let me just remind you, Malo Gusto in
I
midfield.
know. I know. Is first of all, it's not good enough. I'm not even gonna make any excuses. I'm not gonna say it's because of this and that. The players just played shit. The manager got it wrong. It was it's been a bad week at the office. But if you want to look at what is actually going wrong, even for just for that particular game, the Chelsea game, Caicedo bodied that midfield by himself.
Oh, he
He
has
did.
some sort of vendetta against you guys because he seems to really step up whenever he's playing against Liverpool. He does it with Arsenal to a certain degree as well, but against you guys, there seems to be a bit of needle there. I don't know why.
I don't know what his beef
Because
is,
he celebrate, he start pointing at the badge and all this type of stuff. I seen him and he's trying to scrap a few players too. Do you know what I'm saying?
and I rate him. I think he's up there. Obviously, for me, probably Rodri and Declan Rice are the top two midfielders in the league. At this point, I have to be unbiased. Caicedo's probably after them.
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe Gravenberch could be in there, but I think Caicedo is just a tiny bit above in terms of what you want as a number six anyway. Um, but in terms of the game, look, these boys, I don't know, you lose back to back games, you're supposed to come with a vengeance, you're supposed to come with fire in your belly. And they just came on, they were just timid. They're just the misplaced passes. I was gonna throw my remote on my TV. You're just like you're literally having attacks, you're literally having possession, and you're just giving the opposition the ball for no reason, under no pressure. We did it against Crystal Palace, we did it against Galatasaray, and we did it so badly against Chelsea. Cole Palmer's not on the pitch. Half the whole defense is gone. Half of the players are in positions they're not supposed to be playing in, and you're just losing the ball unnecessarily. And for me, football is all about momentum and it's psychological as well. You're having attacks and you're losing the ball, which makes your momentum go away. And
Hmm.
also in the final third, the decision making. what are we doing here? Salah, it's been ridiculously bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I know he's still gonna come good because every season he comes good at some point. But the decision making for a seasoned killer was horrendous. If you saw some of them shots he was doing, I don't know why he's doing these things, bro.
Do you really think Salah's gonna come back? Because the reason why I'm a little bit fearful, and remember this is something that me and you spoke about during the summer as well. Because once he got that contract, I was telling you, because I've had PTSD when big players get these big contracts.
Yeah,
Remember when the whole Aubameyang signed the thing and all that kind of stuff? And the way I told you, he fell off a cliff after he signed that contract because he knew he was eating good. The money
yeah,
was rolling in every week, and that was my issue with Salah. I know he fully deserved it. Like he fully deserved it more than Aubameyang deserved that at Arsenal because the season that he had last season. Speak, I don't even want to go by what he's done for Liverpool throughout his whole career, but just that last season alone, absolutely deserves it. But my fear for him was getting this contract and obviously him aging because what he's currently 33 now.
yeah. 33. Yeah,
He's currently 33 now. He's going to be 34 soon. And the one thing about about the human body is it will catch up with you as you grow older.
yeah.
Your knees, you get some back pain you never felt before in your life. You're now getting more sicker the way your immune system is just weakening as you're growing older. And looking at Salah now, especially now with Trent not being there, obviously last season he had the license not to track back. You know what I'm saying? And the minute you guys won the ball back, with Trent from deep, was sprung that quick counter attack. Was swinging it past him. I remember one pass that Trent gave Salah away at the London Stadium to West Ham, where Salah was on the outside, defender was on the inside, and Trent was
And
able
went
to
around the defender.
he was
Yeah,
like a fella and was able to go around the defender, and Salah was able to get to
I
the ball.
remember. Yeah,
Frimpong is not giving him that pass. Connor Bradley's never given him that pass.
even some.
Both of them ripped the ACL trying to do that pass.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? So now with the fact that Salah doesn't track back, and then Connor Bradley, I don't know where his form is, but he looks to be falling off a cliff. And Frimpong just looks like a speed merchant. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like a roadster. Me just running around the place. That's what he looks like to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think, obviously with age as well, but that's why I feel like Salah looks a lot worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Before I was just gonna pin on the age, but just actually watching the game, bro, what all Chelsea were doing was just lob the ball over Salah, and boom, you've beaten Liverpool's press. Do you know what I'm saying? Or just target that right hand side. If you're able to beat Salah, you have a one on one with Conor Bradley all day, every single day, and you're going. And Conor Bradley one on one right now, he was good one on one last season, but right now he's food.
yeah.
And I seen Cucurella give him issues. I'm not sure if he was on the pitch when Gittins came on as well. Gittins was killing someone in that side as well.
Whoever it was.
Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody was holding smoke off Gittins when Gittins came onto the pitch, and Gittins is not even. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not even that good. Some of the games I watched Gittins this season wasn't even that great. And then the one that really shocked me was Malagusto on midfield, and like defensively he was doing a shift, but obviously in possession when Chelsea had the ball, he might as well not be in there because they weren't even trying to give him the ball. But the
Yeah.
fact that you guys weren't able to dominate that midfield was really surprising, like really surprising. Like
The thing is, yeah, we were supposed to dominate the midfield. All the centre backs started getting injured, people were in mad positions. We were supposed to kill them. But you can't kill anybody if you don't have the ball. If you keep giving them the ball back, the decision making was absolutely horrendous. When it comes to that right hand side, yeah, um, we have two right backs, Frimpong and Conor Bradley. Neither of them are comfortable receiving the ball, playing off the back. Trent was so comfortable on the ball because if he needs to in with his left foot, he can ping it. With his right foot, he can ping it. He's so comfortable on the ball. But Frimpong is a right wing back who's used to receiving the ball a little bit higher. Because when Leverkusen play out from the back, it's the centre backs receiving the ball. Conor Bradley, I don't know what's going on with him. Honest to God, I don't know what is going on with that guy. But he just looks shot of confidence. And he's like dragging people, getting yellow cards, and then complaining, like, bro, it's a yellow card. Like, just get on with the game. So nobody's comfortable on the ball. The guy who is comfortable on the ball is Soboslai. And now when you take Soboslai out of midfield, you're losing the midfield battle because you put Verts in there. who isn't doesn't have the engine that's almost like just depressed and all that type of stuff. So look,
I
Ernie
think
Slot,
I think Wirtz does have the engine to press, but he gets so by the time it's not easy to press, yeah, and then receive the ball and then try to do something with the ball again. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So I think because remember a couple of weeks ago we were taking the piss out of him saying that all he does is just run. So
the
he's
run
good at running and pressing and all that kind of stuff, but it's when he gets onto the ball, his legs are heavy. Do you know what I'm saying? He's
exactly,
after chasing this guy, that guy, all that kind of stuff. When maybe he was playing for Leverkusen, they were mostly the top team, so they didn't maybe have to press with the same kind of aggressive intent the way he has to, the way he has to at Liverpool. So by the time he gets onto the ball, bro, that's why it's so easy to push him off of because Borski spent the past 5 minutes hunting down this ball. Now when you finally get it, oh, your legs are a little bit heavy. You're trying to play that pass, or you see that pass on first time, and you know you're trying to do it, but your body just not.
exactly.
It's not catching up.
That's why if you have a let's say you have a midfield of Gravenberch, McAllister, and Wirtz, they're not supposed to be doing that much pressing because they're meant to be keeping the ball so well that it's
Somebody,
gonna.
somebody needs to be a tempo setter in that midfield, and there's no tempo setters because even Grav, my issue with him, even watching that Chelsea game is you're supposed to be playing the six. Why are you attacking as well?
Yeah, he said, and his lot told him that he can go forward this season, brother.
Why?
Get back.
Why? Stay back.
Maybe when you're playing West Ham and them, man, yeah. When you have Caicedo on the pitch, nigga, stay back.
Don't be trying to press anybody. Don't be trying to link up the attack. Stay back. And
Yeah,
that's what was annoying because I'm like, brother, who's giving you the license to run forward? Like you, and then what really surprised me is the fact that Slot, yeah, he had Gomez on the bench, but decided to bring on Endo and drop Graven Merchant as a centre
centre
back.
back. Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
He doesn't. It's the same as that same stuff as last season. He got scared, not scared, but like he just didn't trust the bench. In a normal world, you leave Gravenberch in midfield because you have a madman Caicedo in midfield, so they need to fight each other. You bring in Gomez as your centre back replacement if Konate is injured, and then you bring on Chiesa because nobody is scoring, and he's the only one that's been coming on and actually making a difference in games.
What's his beef with KSA? The KSA like sleep with his daughter or something like that. What's going on?
Last year, he was right in that. He didn't have a preseason. He came injured. Brother, there's no excuse now. There is no excuse. I don't even know. Chiesa is a better man than me. Because I would have said, look, mate, if you're not going to play me, let me just be going.
Mm.
Because what's the point? Bro, Jota, God rest his soul, is gone. Diaz is gone. Nunez is gone. You brought in two attackers. So that means Chiesa has to play. You lost three attackers, you brought in two. Brother, you play the ones that you have then. You don't
Mm.
have that third option anymore. Chiesa has to play. We're paying him like 200K a week. That's mad money just to be chilling on the bench.
Okay, another important question I wanted to ask you. Do you think Slot to a certain degree has been found out tactically? Because what the other two-part question I'll pose to you as well is just this season now, yeah, because a lot of people are discussing your team and the amount of players that you bought and blah blah. There's even some that's trying to use an excuse to say that you guys are in transition. Do you think he's trying to deviate too much away from what won him the league in what was you can say Jurgen Klopp's formula, that DNA, and now he's trying to implement his own, and that's why he's maybe being found out tactically, or what do you think the issue is?
I think it's a combination of things. Obviously, yeah, the game plan is different to last season because the personnel is different. Your number nine was the presser, Diaz or Nunez. You had somebody at right back that was wonderful on the ball. It's a different setup. And now you have a 10. It's a completely different setup. But also, it's a bunch of new players that have to gel. Let's be honest. You can't just bring six new people together and say go and win the league. It's very difficult to do. Not an excuse though, because no one asked you to buy the whole world. That's your own business. You need to make it work. Um, and then being found out tactically. Look, he even said it himself last season when people were playing us, especially the first half of the season. People were like, it's Liverpool, but it's not the Liverpool like in 2019, 2020. So people were, playing us. Now, when you're the champion, because City have had this problem before, when you're the champion, people are doing low block, they're frustrating you, they're not trying to go toe to toe with you, and then we're getting frustrated because of that. and you can't really get frustrated. What do you expect? People are just gonna, because they know what's gonna happen if you try and go toe to toe with you. Arsenal have the same problem now as well. It
You're
was
the
easy.
champions as well. They're gonna show you that respect.
Exactly, yeah. City, Arsenal have that same problem. So he needs to figure out how to break down these low blocks. He brought in Florian Wirtz for that exact reason. But you can't have this guy running around like a headless chicken. Because if you look at number tens who have done well in the Premier League, Coutinho wasn't pressing anybody. He was just there to do the magic. I don't know what someone like Musiala in the Bundesliga. He's not pressing. He's not doing no pressing.
Mesut Ozil as well. That's one of the
Mesut
reasons.
Ozil, the laziest guy. But when it comes to the final third, he's a magician. So you need to have some
You
dogs.
see a pass that you in your lifetime you would never have saw.
Exactly. And that's what Verts is supposed to be there for. So I don't know who he needs to put in the midfield with Verts. For me, it probably needs to be Soboslai and Gravenberch because they have the legs. McAllister, I don't know, like he's having a bad season as well, but I don't think he has the legs and he's not big enough compared to Soboslai and Gravenberch. And then he needs to make Salah get the ball closer to the box. He's getting the ball on the wing. Cool. He's done some nice crosses. It's actually finished his chance. He's still got it. He's Salah at the end of the day. But to make the biggest impact, to make the biggest difference, he needs to be closer to the goal. Because last season, I think all the touches in the box stats is way down this season. Even his shots per game stats are way down compared to last season. Trent is gone, so you're not having somebody who's occupying that space, so Salah can go more towards the box, who's making that overlapping run, so Salah can come on the inside. So he needs to figure out what combinations need to be done to get Salah in those positions, because he is your best player at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you need to be your best player in the best positions, and at the moment he isn't.
Okay. There's one thing I wanted to get your opinion on. So this is a discussion that we're having on Sky Sports earlier today. So I just wanted to get your opinion on this on the player.
The start to the season that they had and all of those late goals, was there a feeling of unsustainability about it all?
Yeah, so it's like one or two things happening, wasn't it? One, it's a mark of champions that you can keep going and score a goal late on, which everyone was trying to convince themselves was the case, or it's a team slightly getting away with it. And I was at quite a few of those games, and even that first game against Bournemouth, they were actually quite lucky to win that match. And there's a bit of alarm bells ringing then about that. And obviously they did fantastically well to then go and win so many games late on, but actually in the last week, maybe that's been balanced out a little bit by the reality of the fact that this is a team in transition. They've
Okay, so this is what that's where I just wanted to stop it there for a second. He said this is a team in transition. And a lot of people kind of came up on arms when he said this and all that kind of stuff. And I heard the argument for and I heard the argument against this. So, like, the argument against it, you can say Liverpool are the current Premier League and defending champions. They can't be in transition,
Mhm.
which can be true. But then you can say they are in transition because look how they kind of goated most of the squad and the amount of new players that they brought in as well. So there are some sort of transition going on as well. So I think two things can be right, but I feel like how the media is kind of treating you guys is a I don't know. It feels a little bit favoritism because let this be like City, let this be United, let this be Arsenal, let this be Chelsea. Even they're not talking like this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they've basically said to Arsenal, you have a squad depth now. No excuses for you to win the league. If we had this kind of start, they would not be saying this Arsenal team is in transition. We bought more players than you guys did. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody was making excuses for us. Like saying we're in transition. It's been famously coined that Chelsea had £1 billion bottle jobs and blah 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 and this type of stuff, and they've been trying to kill Ruben Amorim the minute he came in and all his decisions as well. Like let Ruben Amorim send this amount of players and it's not working. Look at the way they've been killing him already.
Yeah,
But yeah, I feel like it's kind of half true, but at the same time, I can't really give you too much grace because you broke the British transfer record twice in one
yeah,
summer. We've seen unprecedented spending from you guys that we've never seen from any other club. Like you've actually outspent Chelsea in one transfer window. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And the level of talent that you bought as well, I can't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Isaac, Premier League proven, Kirkeres, Premier League proven, Florian Wirtz, you could arguably say world class or on the cusp of being world class. You can say proven to a certain extent. Frimpong as well. Like most of the players that you signed, I would say apart from maybe Leone, whatever you
yeah,
pronounce his name.
Leon, yeah.
they've been established and they have pedigree about them. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't go and buy scrubs. You know what I mean? But to kind of say a team in transition, would you agree with that?
If this was last season when Slot had just first come in and all them players go and you buy 6 players to come into the first team, yeah, 100% you're in transition. But when you're already the manager, you win the league, you decided to get these players. You decided I don't want Nunes anymore. You decided you don't want to give Diaz a new contract because he's 28. Fair enough, Trent left, he wanted to leave, and Jota sadly passed away. That obviously is out of your control. But other than those two, everything else was in your control. Because if you had given Luis Diaz 200k a week, I'm pretty sure he'd still be a Liverpool player. Obviously, that's their business model. But you're the manager. I'm sure you have some pulls. You really want someone to stay. And he said, "No, you can go. I'll bring in Rio from the academy." Okay, like okay. So and then no one is going to give you that grace because like you said, you can't buy 2 players for 100 mil plus in one transfer window. That is a multitude of greediness. You now go and buy the best right back or right wing back from Bundesliga. You go and buy the best 10 in the world. Apparently, you buy second best striker in the Premier League. Apparently, you buy Ekitike, who's meant to be the next Isak. Apparently, nah, brother. There's
Then you
no.
can say arguably you bought the best open coming left back in world football as well, and Kirkers.
Cares exactly. He was team of the season, best left back in the league last season. He's the new Robertson apparently. So there's no excuses. What I will say though is, I think when you have won the league, or when you've had a history of winning trophies in recent years, I think you get a little bit more grace. So if you go back to this time last season, when Man City was going through madness, when it was the first 3 games that they lost, nobody was saying that out title race is a crisis. They said, "Oh, don't worry, give it a couple more weeks, then City will go on their 18-game win streak." It just never happened. But up until that point, when it was just a couple of games they had lost, they gave them grace because you have to give the champions grace because they've proved it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit different because the champions, half of them are not even in the team anymore. So I don't even know who you're giving the grace to, but you have to give a little bit of grace to the manager and to the players that had won the league and have won a couple of titles that are still at the club. So I think it's 50-50, but yeah, you can't say you're in transition because it's your decision to buy 6 players. No one forced you, and like you said, the 6 players are quality world class players. Oh boo! What a bad thing to happen to us. Like we're really going through it. Oh my god, we spent 100 million on 2 players. Oh, but it's not working out. Like oh no, brother, just Bournemouth and Wolves and all these type of teams, they're looking at you like, look at these people saying that they have issues. These are not issues, to be honest. The manager just needs to get it right, and the players need to cop on and stop losing the ball. And Van Dijk needs to engage and not let people take shots. Like
Start shaking your bone.
and it really gets me because this Van Dijk guy is honestly he's top quality,
Mm.
but the way he lets the people get him on social media. Why are you doing that? Because now and I see the memes and everything. Yeah, how can I defend it? How can I actually defend it? I saw one where somebody they did AI. It's that image, but then he started dancing and all,
He starts twerking.
and they put Ice Spice music in the background. Like, bro, like, but what I will say is what I've been saying the whole season. Look, all we need to be there or thereabouts.
Mm.
If we're neck and neck with you guys, or there's 1 or 2 points in it by end of November, early December time, and then it clicks, it's over. I'm telling you, once this thing clicks, it is over. And people think like, oh, like you just lost 3 games on the bounce. Like, how are you gonna have this much confidence, bro? Arnie Slot is not a scrub. He knows what he's doing. Van Dijk and Salah, if you like, don't win another Premier League because your time is coming up. They're getting older. They've only got 2 years left, so this is really crunch time. If you want to really like solidify your legacy, this is the time. Van Dijk as the captain, he needs to tell a few people the truth about themselves. So I think when it does eventually happen and it clicks, I think the football is going to be fluid. I think Isak is going to start scoring. I think Salah is going to start assisting. I think Wirtz is going to start scoring and assisting. But I just need to make sure everyone's apology is as loud as a disrespect when it happens.
See, the thing, because you've said it a couple of times, even when we've had discussions, obviously not on the pod. But I'm not sure if it's gonna really click for you, bro. I'll be real, because you're still gonna have the same defensive issues. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes now is say like a Joe Gomez to get injured. God forbid, I'm not wishing injury on anybody. All it takes is for like a Joe Gomez go and get injured, or Kanate go and get injured for a little bit, and we start seeing Endo centre back shifts, or we're seeing seeing some weird lineups. Maybe Salah on the right hand side, Frimpong on the left, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I think because your squad already is not that deep enough, and it's something that we've already touched on, especially in the summer transfer window when you guys were going for all the heavy hitters. I said you should maybe focus on more actually trying to fill up the squad, because the way you're getting rid of Darwin Nunes, you know how I feel about Darwin Nunes, anyways. Still love that guy. Got rid of Nunes, got rid of Luis Diaz. Obviously, Jota passed away, God rest his soul, and then Kwanzaa was shown the door. The Ben Doak left as well. It was like I get it, like you're selling players and you're recouping the value and all that kind of stuff, but you're not really like filling out the squad. Like it wouldn't be bad to have like a Harvey Elliott on the bench that can come on and do his thing. Do you know what I mean? Or even like a Ben Doak that can step up and do his thing as well. Or even Darwin Nunes, maybe if he's not having fucking amnesia and knows where the goal is today, he can maybe bang one or two in. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you went a little bit too top heavy and didn't try fill out. Do you know what I'm saying? To me, how I can best describe it is like, one of those dons that go to the gym and just work on upper body. They don't do no legs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I can describe Liverpool right now. You're too top heavy. You're focused on doing too much bicep curls. Do you know what I'm saying? You're looking at the bicep and the tricep too much. You need to start focus on the calves as well, brother. You need to start doing some calf raises, some leg curls. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you need to start doing some squats as well. You're too top heavy right now, and like obviously it can definitely click out for obviously me being an Arsenal fan. I'm hoping it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd be lying to you to say that I wish it did. I hope it doesn't, because bro, I want to see my team lift the Premier League trophy as well. I want to be like you. Do you know what I'm saying? Say that I lived through that. But yeah, that's what I feel like. Just feel like it's just a little bit too top heavy.
I think the reason the reason why I think it's gonna click is we've been getting by the first couple of games, probably from just the quality. We just have better players than the teams we're playing against. Just that simple fact. But even though we're the last couple of games, or even the whole season basically, we haven't been playing well. The margin when we have lost games, the margin is so small. We lost. We were 10 seconds away from drawing that Chelsea game. On another day, we score and we win that game. We were 10 seconds away from drawing that Crystal Palace game. That Galatasaray game, we lost because of a penalty that probably wasn't a penalty.
Mhm.
The margins are small. We're not getting bopped off the pitch. We're just at 50-60% capacity
Yeah,
right now.
that Crystal Palace game, you did look like you got bucked off the pitch for a little bit.
We got bopped, but it was 1-1 till the very end. So all the
Mhm.
bopping, what did it lead to? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm.
So what I'm saying is, if we're playing like this and we won 7 games in a row, lost 3 games in a row after that, cool. But we're not getting dismantled. We're not getting destroyed. When Man City was going through their thing last season, they were getting absolutely mauled by everybody. Let's keep it a book. People were moving to them like mad. People are not moving to us.
Yeah.
If people think, oh, Liverpool have fallen off, cool. Come on, play us toe to toe.
Mm.
You attack, we attack. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see who wins.
Mm.
If you want to do that, I really don't mind. But I think the margins are really small, and with some tweaks, I think the margins will go back into our favor. Because even last season, we weren't killing people 3-0, 4-0. Like we didn't do a City job that the game was over at halftime and they start taking people off. the Mariners were close as well. Now they're just going in the other direction. But with the quality that we've added, we should be able to get these games over the line in our favor. And I think like what you were saying with the injuries and the squad depth, I think depth wise, we probably need another number six because Endo can't play the position. Isn't a ball player. He hasn't got the quality on the ball. And then we probably need probably two more centre backs, I would say, because there's no point having Joe Gomez if Slot is not going to play him. It's literally pointless. I think in the January transfer window, we're going to go grab a centre back. I don't know if it's going to be Guehi. I think out of pettiness, we won't grab Guehi in January just to get him for free to show Crystal Palace like why didn't you just sell him? But we're gonna have to get some defensive cover in January. That's what I'm saying. We just need to be there or thereabouts in December time, and then from let's say mid-December to the end of the season, that's when the form needs to kick in. If you look at different teams, when City won the treble, you guys were killing the league. Second half of the season, they kicked on. When PSG won the treble last season, the first part of the season, they were dog shit. Second half of the season, Dembele just decided I want to win the Ballon d'Or all of a sudden. Kicked on. Look at all these teams. Second half of the season is where it matters the most. Trust me. Because I've seen so many title races, I've seen deep runs into the Champions League. But we were bopping people in the Champions League, get to the final, we lose to Real Madrid. What's the point? You need to perform when it really matters. Obviously, you can't let the gap be too big. And obviously, Arsenal in their own right are no scrubs. If you just keep dropping points and they pull away, you're giving them more confidence. But I think with the quality, we'll be there or thereabouts. And when we need to really turn it up and really put a string of games together, I think we'll by that time, let's say the players have been playing together for 3-4 months. They're going to understand each other, know the patterns of play. Salah's going to know the run that Ekitike makes, the run that Isak makes. Frimpong is going to get more comfortable on the ball, receiving that ball and closer to goal. You're not playing wing back anymore. Bradley form might come back. Verts might start firing. Then all of a sudden, we're winning 10, 12 games in a row. And it's psychological. If at the moment, I think because we've won the league and we have players in the team that have won big trophies, I think losing 3 games in a row isn't going to have as much of a psychological effect that it would like on a different team, because they're going to have belief in themselves that we've done it before. Whereas if this was the other way around, let's say it was Arsenal that had lost these 3 games, and they're like, oh my God, we just lost 3 games, Liverpool at top, and they just bought all these players. They're already saying we're bottle jobs. It's a different scenario. I think psychologically, these guys still believe in themselves. And I know some of the players in our squad are a little bit arrogant. I think Isak is arrogant, Salah's arrogant, Van Dijk is arrogant, even Verts is probably arrogant to a degree. They know, look, I'm really that guy. They're not going to let this phase them. And it's probably more motivation for them. People, oh, Salah's like, yeah, you're chatting on my name? All right, say no more. When I play Man United next season, in 2 weeks, hat-trick. It's like seeing people are saying I haven't scored versus seeing people are calling him 009 or whoever he is. You're disrespecting my name.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't let this stand as a man. You can't just allow people to be talking crazy about you. So I think when we come back from the international break, there'll be an improvement. But I think around 3 or 4 months that these players have been playing together is when the real form is going to kick in, and they're really going to understand each other. Because let's be honest, at the start of the season, when you were thinking Salah, Verts, Isak, Ekitike in an attack, you were thinking of the patterns of play and the intricacies. We were not thinking what we're thinking right now. And if what we all expected to happen eventually happens, it is going to be a madness. How many assists can you get in one game? There's only so many assists you can get, but everybody is able to make assists. It's
That's true. Is everybody going to be able to defend?
This is the thing. Yeah,
That's the main issue that you're having. You know what I'm saying? But no, yeah, I definitely get you. But my fear for you guys since the start of the season, I've been consistent saying it, is that you've been food defensively.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's always going to be my worry, because, like I've just said, I gave the analogy too top heavy, focusing too much on the bicep and the tricep, trying to look good in the mirror, flexing the arms. Need to lock in defensively, because obviously a great attack will is gonna fire you to the titles, but a good defense as well is gonna be able to score you on. And right now, it's flipped to the other side. But even the attack right now is not even firing the way it should be firing. And it's just a little bit of a mess all over the pitch. To be honest with you, because there's no control in that midfield, and obviously the midfield is the engine room on a football pitch, and nobody's really grabbing that midfield by the scruff of the neck, saying, you know what, boys, Gavin Birch needs to say, you know, boys, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to chill back. You know, McAllister, do your thing. Zoba's line up and down, like the way we need you doing. Salah, don't worry about it. I'll cover the spaces. You stay up high. Do you know what I'm saying? Conor Bradley, just make sure you're locked in 1-on-1 defensively. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. Like you said, I'm not sure if it's a conversation that if Van Dijk is going to have. Obviously, he's wearing the captain's armband, but there's some hard truths, some home truths that these guys are going to have to look at themselves in the next 2 weeks because what was it? It's going to be October international break. There's going to be a good round of football, and then obviously the last international break before the football really starts, and then the next one is in March. So they have about 2 months to really lock in and figure out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if they don't lock in and really figure out in the next 2 months, it's
But
going to be.
if you were a betting man,
Mhm.
yeah, if you had to put your house on it, are you expecting us not for this to click? Are you expecting Arsenal to win the league from this position? Is my question.
I never expected Arsenal to win the league from the get go from the start of the season. So I still don't I still maintain the fact that I don't see us winning this league this season. Because even as well, we're talking about you guys, but City as well, they're only 3 points behind. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not a million miles away. They haven't looked that great as well, but they're not a million miles away. So we have to pay them that respect as well. I don't see Arsenal running away with the league. I don't actually see anybody running away with the league. I think it's going to be a tight race. I think people are this season, anyways. Like I've said, anybody can beat anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? Anybody can get got. So there's no one dominant outlier. Even though the team that you have, you can still get got to a certain degree, because just that defensive wise, it's a bit lackadaisical. But yeah, I still don't expect us to win the league. But obviously, if we're able to put a bit of a run together, I'm gonna be forced to change my mind and actually look at
Yeah.
it. Obviously, we're a bit more um, caution. Be like, okay, we might be able to do something here instead of saying, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't won a title race, but I've been in a couple of title races to know exactly when you need to peak. And we peaked, what, 2 seasons ago when we went on that crazy run, that 23-24 season when we were just beating teams up and down. But it's obviously didn't mount to anything because I think we either drew or lost the important game against them,
Yeah.
Aston Villa. So yeah, it's just one of them ones. If we can just keep it steady, I'm hoping for Gyökeres to start firing as well because people are trying to chant
Yeah,
his
I'm
name.
saying that.
Yeah, people are trying to chant his name, but Gyökeres, I'm not really worried, but I'm a little bit nervous because some of the chances that he's had, I'm expecting you to at least put one or two of them away by now. You missed a decent couple of chances against Olympiacos in that Champions League game. Then you missed a couple decent chances against West Ham on the weekend as well, especially one part that Declan Rice crossed the ball into him and he just completely just missed the ball. But everything else he's doing well, but I don't want to praise you for stuff that I used to praise Kai Havertz for. I want to praise you for the stuff that I wanted you to come to my football club for, which is put the ball in the back of their net. I've seen you do it a couple of times, but I need you to do it a lot more with some more maximum efficiency.
What do you think about people saying that Saka should have gave him the penalty?
Nah, nah, nah. It was his day. It was 200 appearances, would have marked 100 goal contributions for Arsenal Football Club. I would have told Gyökeres to piss off as well.
Fair, fair.
Would have told him to piss off. I said, yeah. I would have said, get the rebound if I miss. I said, get the rebound. If I miss. That's what I would have said to him. Say, get the rebound if I miss. The next one, that's all you, big dog. But today's my day. 200 appearances. You don't know what I had to do to drag this club to where we are today. Grab the rebound if I miss.
And
You know,
if Gyökeres continues in this vein, let's say for the next, I don't know when Havertz is back. How long is Havertz out for?
apparently he's gonna be back like November, December time.
Okay, fair. If Gyökeres is still in this type of vein of form, let's say he has, I don't know, 7 or 8 goals all comps by that time, are you bringing Havertz back in as your number 9?
Well, definitely have to try him because if we get to like December time and you have 8 goals in all competitions, brother, I'm going to be looking at you with some massive side eye saying, "What the hell are you doing?" So I'm saying, why did you even fight to come here? Because this is the rubbish you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just stay in sporting with your girlfriend. Why did you break up with your girlfriend to come here
So,
to give me 8 goals in all competition? I said, don't piss me off.
so what is your expectation for him? If he scores
No,
10 goals and wins the league, do you care?
I don't even have a number in my mind, but just the chances that we create for you, just finish
Okay.
it. Do you know what I'm saying? Just finish it. I haven't seen a gunman in since Aubameyang, and even him, his gun kind of jam sometimes. But bro, you just won the Gerard Muller trophy for top goal scorer in all the Europe last season. I want to see goals. I want you to be doing this so much. I'm even tired of seeing it myself.
Mm,
Do you know what I'm saying? The chances that we were missing last season, we're still missing those chances, the same chances this season. I don't want that. Start putting the ball in the back of the net, civil play. Do you know what I'm
mm.
saying? Just start jamming in there. That's all I want. But as well, I have to give him credit because he does create a lot of chaos in the box for defenders. I'm seeing like 2 or 3 defenders. People are always trying to wrestle him. He's in a wrestling match 24/7.
Yeah.
You know who that's great for? That's great for Bukayo Saka because have you ever seen Bukayo Saka so free on the football pitch? If you've watched any Arsenal game this season, I bet you haven't seen Bukayo Saka so free on a football pitch.
Mm.
You know why? Because they're too preoccupied wrestling with Gyökeres. They're not wrestling him anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? When Kai Havertz on the pitch, they didn't bother to wrestle that guy because he was a non-factor. They knew he wasn't going to be amounted much anyway. So what's the point of wrestling him? Put one guy on him, that's fine. They can stick 2, 3 guys on Saka because they knew other guy wasn't going to make a run in behind Martinelli, who tried, but him too when he gets the ball, he's not going to do anything. So you never really have to worry about him anyways. So, but yeah, I don't want to be giving Gyökeres praise for what Kai Havertz kind of does. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to give you praise for what we brought you here for. That's to jam the goal. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To rip it, to be tearing the nets. That's what I got you for, and that's what I expect from you. Do you know what I'm saying? Be tearing the nets. The net is not your friend. Just be tearing it. Just be jamming the ball in there. That's what I want you for. Like you should have scored at least like 2 goals against West Ham. You should have scored at least like 2 goals against Olympiacos. That's 4 goals in 2 games you could have had. And
Mm.
we're sitting there having a completely different conversation if they all went in. Do you know what I'm saying? We're saying, oh my God, Gyökeres best striker in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? I would have been one of my agendas. It would have been crazy. But
Because
that's
your
not,
next because your
yeah,
next game is Fulham away.
yeah, Fulham away, which historically is not a great place for us.
Yes. They did very well last season against the top six.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. But listen, we lost to West Ham last season. We beat them this season. So we lost to Fulham last season. If we can win this season, and Gyökeres is a contributing factor in that, I can't really blame him. But I need to see a goal, brother. I need to see a goal. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. I need you to be turning the nets. But anyways, Pato, we'll leave it there. Obviously, international break, so things are going to be slow for the next 2 weeks. I don't know how we're going to get through this again because I can't wait for next year because they're going to combine all the international breaks
The
as
one big one.
so we don't have to be doing this rubbish. How can we have 3 international breaks in the first 3 months of the season? That's just it's just so dead, so dead. But yeah, I can't wait to see that Liverpool versus United game. That shit should be comical because United are on the upturn a little bit, so it's not going to be an easy game.
Never. Never. That Amarin guy. If we don't beat United, yeah, then I'll say yeah. I don't even know what's going on this season.
How bad does it have to get before you start saying slaughter?
No, it depends. If we don't beat United and then you guys draw to Fulham, then I'm cool. But then if
Okay,
City,
if you lose to United and we win, what are you saying then?
if we lose to it, nah, that's not even possible. There's
The,
there's no way we could lose to that. If we lose to that United team, brother, we need to go and sign the people that we let go, man, because that would be absolutely mad. No, we couldn't. If we lose, and the thing is, we haven't lost 4 games in a row in 38 years.
oh really?
Yeah, so I doubt it. I
Hmm.
highly doubt it. Even a draw for me is not a good result, man. Even though it's United, but this United team is dog shit. They are ass. Like these people are so bad. These are relegation form team for the past year, and we're not beating them. We have to beat them, especially when you need to.
Hmm.
Your rival is above you. You were 5 points clear. Now you're in second. If you don't beat United, bro, it's going to be some uncomfortable conversations. So, wherever you are on international duty, just take it easy, come back fit, and we need to go again when United come around. But yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Kind of agree with that. But yeah, no, guys, we appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys in the next one. Good night. God bless.